Breck Hershoff thought it was off the mark and was heading to first. Now he gives a little wry smile to the home plate umpire. Hey, my bad. And that one's in there for strike two as Carroll has worked it back full after getting down 3-0. It is a 3-2 count. Breck Hershoff looking to be the first runner for the Bandits here, and he's going to get the base on balls. Breck Hershoff on first base runner of the game for the Bandits here in the top of the first inning. And that brings up Owen Schneider, the shortstop. Try and get things going for the Bandits. One number 9. Pitch from Carroll. It's going to be in there for a strike, dropped by the catcher, but it's over the plate for strike one. Schneider was 1 for 3 in the loss to Renner earlier today. Going to move over Hershoff from first. There's the pitch outside on a pass ball. Hershoff's going to get to second. He's going to move over without the help from Schneider. It's the help from Rylan Carroll. So Hershoff moves over to second. Only one out, a runner now in scoring position here in the top half of the first inning for the Bandits. Comes the pitch from Carroll, and it's outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Jackson Adams behind the plate for Brandon Valley. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-2 now, he evens it up. Schneider will have to have a keen eye here. Pitch swung on and missed, and a strikeout for Rylan Carroll. Owen Schneider will go down swinging. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Zach Struck, much talked about here in this tournament. And took a foul ball to the face. 1 in a million shot. He was behind a building. Somehow it curved around and hit him. Several layers of stitches above his left eye. Play here in the second game. Pitching and batting cleanup. Carroll off the mound. Send Hershoff back to second. Just keeping an eye on him here with those 2 outs. Thinking he may be trying to move over to third. Pitch. Struck swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Struck was 0 for 1 in the earlier game, when we finished earlier anyway. Pinch hit in the ball game and was unable to get on base. One's going to curve in for a strike. Started out of the zone, curved over the inside corner, and now it's an 0-2 count to Zach Struck. He's a tough kid, playing with stitches above his left eye too today. That one fouled off down the right field line. It's going to be out of play.
Return all foul balls to the concession stand for your choice of rewards, either 50 cents or a free bag of popcorn. It's all courtesy of Homes by Pitts.
They've probably been handing out a lot of popcorn at the concession stand for those return foul balls this tournament. We've had a lot of foul balls out of play. Just in the games that I've done, I know for sure. That one fouled over toward the Brandon Valley dugout. Struck stays alive, 0-2. Trying to move over Hershoff from second, possibly score him if he can gap one in the outfield. Carroll brings the pitch and foul tip. Struck stays alive. Still 0-2. So making an 0-2 count. A lot tougher than it's looking on the scoreboard. Carroll brings the 0-2 pitch. That one outside. Nice eye for Struck. 1-2 the count. Schaff. Nice lead off second. And swing and a miss. Struck, and it's in the dirt. And we're going to throw it down to first to get him out. And that is going to do it for the top half of the inning. Bandits come up empty, scoreless going into the bottom half of inning number 1. Brandon Valley coming up to bat. The 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
State Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament here on KYNTV. Thank you for joining us from Bob Shelden Field in Brookings. I'm Barry Hein. Bottom of the first, Brandon Valley coming up to bat. The Bandits were unable to get a run in that top half of the inning. They did get a runner in scoring position on second base. Unable to bring him home. Zach Struck warming up on warming up on the pitcher's mound, and the first baseman getting warmed up as well for the Bandits, throwing the ball around the infield. Addison Ronning. Everybody's warming up. So we're about to get started here. Again, I want to say thanks to you for joining us. Special thanks to Friends of Brookings Baseball for their accommodations here at Bob Shelden Field in Brookings, allowing us to cover this state tournament. I want to say thanks to the sponsors of the tournament as well, First Bank & Trust, Brookings Auto Mall, and Hampton Inn & Suites, and of course to you for viewing the tournament here on KYNTV for the second straight year. Thanks to the crew here as well. They've treated me great. Bryce Ladwig, KYNTV Director and Producer, Tehl Tanner, Braden Butler, Austin Cottle, on-site technical producers. And Braden calling games as well, of course. Ball is taken down to second base. That means we're about to get things started here. In the bottom of the second inning. Bottom of the first inning. Chase Leary stepping up to the plate. Leadoff hitter. He is the right fielder today. He's going to start things off for Brandon Valley. There's the pitch. A high ball one on the first pitch from Zach Struck. Chase Leary 1 for 4 in that win against Sioux Falls East. Had an RBI, and he walked as well. 2-0 the count after 2 straight balls to start the game from Zach Struck. That one hit. Taken to short. Owen Schneider will let it hop to him. Takes it off the hop over to first to Ronning for the easy first out for the Bandits. This play by Schneider, playing short again for the second straight game. Zach was supposed to start the previous game that started last night, but of course that foul ball sort of messed everything up. There's a ball from Zach Struck. 1-0 the count. Braden Knutson at the plate. He fouls that one off. Well out of play. Somebody's bus over there in danger. I'm not sure whose bus that is, but hopefully they stayed clear. A lot of windows in that thing. That one taken too short. Again, Owen Schneider there to take it out of the air. Not exactly a super sharply hit line drive at the shortstop, but well hit and nicely played by Owen Schneider for out number 2 in the bottom of the first. Aiden Zur, second baseman, stepping up in there to the plate, and he's going to take a ball inside for ball number 1. Pitch from Struck is high on that one as well, 2-0. A little trouble finding the strike zone early here, but getting the batters to put him in play. That one is in there for a strike from Zach. Found the zone there. There was 1 for 1 in the win against Sioux Falls East. 2 walks in the game as well. That one is off the mark. 3-1 the count. 2 out, nobody on for Brandon Valley here in the bottom of the first inning. That one outside, ball 4. And Struck puts a runner on with the base on balls. Now it's Ryland Carroll, the pitcher and cleanup hitter.
The base on balls brings up
Number 5.
Number 5, Ryland Carroll.
Carroll looking to move the runner over from first as Aiden Zur waits over there. Pitch from Struck, that one high. 1-0 the count. If the above his left eye, a bit of a hard time locating the strike zone here early. And then a quick throw over to first, not going to be in time. Zur got back under the tag. Struck with the pitch. It's going to be outside, ball 2. Carroll was 1 for 4 on an RBI in the previous game against Sioux Falls East. Pitch, that one too tall. 3-0 the count. Struck trying to keep from walking 2 on with 2 outs. Down 3-0 in the count. Pitch, and it is going to be a 4-pitch walk to the cleanup hitter. Now 2 on and 2 out. Runner in scoring position as Aiden Zur moves up to second base. Now up is going to be the catcher, Jackson Adams, number 23.
The catcher, number 23, Jackson
He's going to try to move the runners over, possibly score a runner if he hits one into the outfield with 2 outs. Pitch, going to be outside as Struck continues to struggle a little bit. The coaching staff for the Bandits, you might want to keep a close eye on this. It's because of the bandage over the left eye and the bruising, swelling in the eye. May be having a hard time with it from the mound. Another ball there, 2-0 the count. Pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Zach seems relieved. A little bit of a shrug there. Adams was 0 for 3 against Sioux Falls East. He scored a run. He walked on as well. That one swung on and missed. And 2 straight strikes now for Zach Struck. See if this means he's found his groove a little bit. Just needed to work through it maybe. Pitch, and swung on, and a lazy fly ball, and tracked down by the pitcher, Struck. And that is going to do it for Brandon Valley in the bottom half of the first inning. They are put out, and the Bandits will come back up to the plate in the top of the second as we are in a scoreless tie. You are listening and watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
American Legion State Class A baseball tournament here on KYNTV. After one inning of play, we are still scoreless. The Bandits set to come back up to bat here. And we're just about ready to get things underway in the top of the second inning. Nolan Miles, the 5-hitter, stepping to the plate, playing second base in this game. We'll try to get things rolling for the Bandits here in the top of the second. Pitch from Carroll is outside. 1-0 the count. Beautiful evening here in Brookings. Second pitch is high and a ball. 2-0 the count. 83 last check of the gauge here. The pitch is going to be high. 3 straight balls to Nolan Miles. We're still at 83 in Brookings, and a heat index at 83 as well. So doing pretty well. And then 4 straight balls. That's a passed ball over the catcher's head and glove. Nolan Miles will have a base on balls to lead off the top of the second for the Brookings post 74 Bandits. Addison Ronning up now. And the Bandits looking to rally in the top of the second here with their first batter on. Pitch, and it is over for a strike. Carroll up early here, 0-1 in the count. Addison Ronning was 0 for 2 with a walk in the loss to Renner. That one inside and going to hit Ronning, and he yells at the yells into the dugout, pumped up about getting on base, saying let's make this count. See where it got him, in the back, or if it got him in the lower extremities, maybe in the gluteus area.
23, third baseman Tyson Antonin.
But in any case, he is on base. So base on balls and a hit by pitch. No outs, 2 on for the Bandits. Runner in scoring position on second. And a bunt down the third base line is going to roll foul. Tyson Antonin will have to try again. It'll be down 0-1 on the count. Antonin, number 23, playing the hot corner again, as he did in the previous game. He pitched the first game against Post 22 and pitched a good one. Won a complete game. Got the win against a very good Rapid City Post 22 team. Was eliminated in the previous game right before this. And he was squared up to bunt again, pulls it back. It's going to be off the mark. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. See if he squares around to bunt again here. He is going to try. And he's going to bunt it. Good bunt, third base side, well placed. He may run it out. He does on a bad throw. And coming home from third is going to be a Brookings Bandit. And that is going to be Nolan Miles for the first run of the game as he comes in from third and quickly over from second to third was Tyson Antonin as well. So runners on the corners for the Bandits and nobody out here in the top of the second, and they've scored a run. Coming up to bat now, Austin Clark.
Number 3, right fielder, Austin Clark.
Addison Ronning on third, excuse me. Antonin's on first, I apologize. Another bunt straight at the pitcher. It's going to move the runner, and they'll have the play at first. But the Bandits now with runners on second and third in scoring position with just one out. Justin Clark did his job. Now coming up, Sam Johnson in the 9 spot, catching again in this game.
Catcher number 10, Sam Johnson.
Johnson looking to knock a run or maybe 2 in. Pitch, and it is over the outside corner for a strike. Sam Johnson was 0 for 2 with a walk in the loss to Renner. Here's the hit, goes opposite field, knocks in a run, and it's an RBI single for Sam Johnson as he brings in Addison Ronning, and over to third is going to be Tyson Antonin. So runners on the corners with 1 out for the Bandits and a 2-0 lead. Bats have come alive here early for Brookings. So we're going to get a mound visit. Ryland Carroll and Brandon Valley. I want to say thanks to First Bank and Trust. They are proud to support the 2024 American Legion State Tournament and wish the best of luck to all the competing athletes. Find out how First Bank and Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com or visit them at 520 6th Street right here in Brookings. Mound visit coming to an end here. Runners back to their positions, fielders back to theirs. And at the plate, leadoff man Tate Helmbold.
The Brookings leadoff man number 1, left fielder Tate Helmbold.
Helmbold awaits the pitch, swings and fouls it back into the netting. Helmbold 0 for 1 here in this ball game. He's trying to knock in another run. Bandits up 2-0. Runners on the corners with an out in the top of the second. Runner down to second base. Throw is down, is cut off, essentially ceding the stolen base. Sam Johnson. So runners in scoring position on second and third for Tate Helmbold at the plate. He's hit well in this tournament. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. It's going to go down swinging. That's going to be the second out of the inning. And Breck Hershoff will step up to the plate to try to knock in another run or two, possibly.
Number 12, center fielder Breck
Hershoff walked his first time up. And he's going to hit that one deep to center. And it's going to be taken by the center fielder out there and put away. And that is Nolan Pudwell. So that is going to do it for the top half of the second inning. But the Bandits strike first. They get 2. They lead 2-0. Brandon Valley coming up to bat in the bottom of the second. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament here on KYNTV from Bob Shelden Field in Brookings. Bobcats strike first, and they get 2 in the top of the second. They lead 2-0 over Brandon Valley. Brandon Valley post 131 coming up to bat here. Again, 83 degrees here in Brookings. Beautiful it's turned out to be today. Sky is clear. What we thought might be a UFO turned out to be a crop duster. So anticlimactic finish to that story. But we did get to the bottom of it at least. So the Bandits lead 2-0 after the top of the second, after 1.5. Brandon Valley coming back up to the plate, and a baseball may have just hit the boom mic down behind home plate. I think it hit underneath. I don't think it hit it directly. I don't think you don't have to put anything in the budget for that, Bryce Ladwig. I think we're safe. Bryce Ladwig's. I shouldn't laugh because that is an expensive piece of equipment. The look on Bryce Ladwig's face, our producer and director here, was pretty priceless. Zach Struck, high pitch. Ball one to start the inning. He's throwing to Brighton Stroh. That one hit to right field, and it's going to be chased down deep and played by the right fielder, number 3, Austin Clark, for the Bandits. Nice play to start the inning. It's a deep hit. Must have been playing him well. Tracks it down for the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 21.
One out, nobody on for Max Peters, the first baseman, stepping to the plate. A lefty working against Zach Struck. Struck has struggled a little bit to find the zone, but he's got enough in there for them to swing at balls and put them in play and let his fielders do all the work so far. A ball, 1-0. Second one down the pipe and swung on and missed for Peters. It is a 1-1 count. Struck with the pitch, going to be outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Peters was 0 for 2 with an RBI in the win against Sioux Falls East. Another one off the mark. 3-1 the count to the first baseman, Peters. And that one hit high and to the right side. Will they have a play? Looks like it's going to be out of play, and it will be just on the other side of the net as people scatter out of the way, sitting in their lawn chairs, field side, on the first baseline side between the stands and the Bandits dugout. Everybody's okay. Somebody's going to get 50 cents or a free bag of popcorn for hauling that in and taking it over to the concession stand. Peters back in the box, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch from Zach Struck is hit sharply to right field, right inside the line. It's going to have to be chased off the wall by Austin Clark. He gets it in, but it's going to be a double for Max Peters as he gets the one-out hit. And he'll be in scoring position as he knocked it down the line. Struck well and just inches inside the foul line down the right field line. And Brandon Valley in business here with just an out and a runner in scoring position. Up now is going to be Grady Gindorf, the third baseman. And that one is going to be off the mark for a ball, 1-0. Grady Gindorf awaits the 1-0 pitch. There it is. It's going to be ball 2, 2-0. Gindorf 1 for 3 with a run and a walk in the win against Sioux Falls East, post 15. And that pitch is high for ball 3. 3 straight balls from Zach Struck. Struck trying to keep Gindorf off the pads here. There's the pitch. That one's going to be a strike. Gindorf thought it was ball 4. He just about threw his bat back to the on-deck circle. Well, he'll have to stay out there for at least one more pitch. 3-1 the count. going to be a ball. Gindorf hesitated there. He didn't want to almost throw the bat again and be called on a strike. That one is ball 4, so he moves over to first. Runners on first and second here. And now we're going to get a mound visit with the Bandits. It's going to be a mound visit because I think we had a quick timeout on the field by maybe Brandon Valley. But in any case, we get a little stoppage in play. I want to say thanks to a sponsor. One of those is Brookings Auto Mall. Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. They will take anything in on trade and will buy out your lease or loan without penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clear your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of their record inventory. They're always open at brookingsautomall.com. Nearly ready to get back to play here.
The Brandon Valley center fielder, number 3, Nolan Pudwill.
Nolan Pudwill, center fielder, up to bat here. Trying to knock a run in. That pitch is inside, off the plate, and a 1-0 count. And a quick turnaround throw to second, and a little bit of a high throw. They may have been able to get the tag down. It was close play, but a little too late. Pudwill was 1 for 3 with a walk against Sioux Falls East in their win against Post 15. Pitch from Struck, and he hits it down the right field line, and it's just foul. Less than a foot foul down the right field line. It's strike 1. 1-1 the count. Struck toeing the rubber. Out of the stretch with 2 on and 1 out. There's the pitch, and that one's going to be a high ball 2. 2-1 the count. Bandits crowd wanted that call to strike. That one is going to be off the mark as well. And the Bandits crowd starting to get restless, thinking these are too close to not be called strikes. 3-1 the count. Struck off the mound, maybe showing his frustration just a bit. The pitch swung on and missed. A 3-2 count now. It has worked full by Struck. And the ball back to Struck is wide of his reach to be chased down. Thrown back to him by Nolan Miles at second base. 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch from Struck. And it is going to be strike 3. He caught Pudwill looking, and it's a big second out for the Bandits with 2 on, a runner on first and second, now 2 out. As coming to the plate is going to be Chase Leary, the leadoff man and right fielder.
Chase Leary.
Leary 0 for 1 in the game. The pitch, that one swung on, foul tip. Going to be an 0-1 count. I believe that's the first count of the game that Zach Struck has been up on 1-0. The first pitch strike, I believe, for him in the game. And now we've got a hit by pitch as he hits the left shoulder of Chase Leary. So now the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. And Brandon Valley threatening here with Braden Knutson, the shortstop. Number 13 stepping to the plate. Knutson 0 for 1 in the game. Brandon Valley trying to cut into a 2-0 lead for the Bandits with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Struck delivers. That one hits sharply to the second baseman. It's gobbled up and thrown over to Ronning from the second baseman Nolan Miles, and that is a big put out for the Bandits. It will remain 2-0 as we head into the top of the third with the Bandits coming back to the plate. You are watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
South Dakota American Legion State Class A baseball tournament from Bob Shelden Field. Beautiful Bob Shelden Field in Brookings, and a beautiful evening here. The low 80s and a bit of a breeze. Feels nice in the press box. Probably a little warmer down there on the field, but we're comfortable. We appreciate you joining us here on KYNTV. 2-0 the score. Bandits with the lead as we head into the top of the third, with Brookings coming back up to bat, trying to add to that lead. Coming up to bat for the Bandits, Owen Schneider, the shortstop.
Brookings in the third, shortstop number 9, Owen Schneider.
First pitch is in there for a strike against Owen Schneider. Schneider is 0 for 1 so far this evening. Second pitch, high fly ball. Be tracked down by the center fielder in left center. That is Nolan Pudwell. Out number 1 here in the top of the third. Bring up Zach Struck, cleanup hitter, and the pitcher for the Bandits.
Zach Struck.
0 for 1 as well. Looking for hit number 1. And that one behind him as he moves out of the way. Probably could have stuck his glutes out there and taken that one, but he moves him out of the way. I'll have ball 1. It's like, you know what? I've been hit by enough baseballs this week. Just let that one go by. That one outside. 2-0 pitch, or 2-0 count, rather. Here comes pitch number 3 of the at-bat from Carroll. Going to be fouled off, right side, out of play. 2-1 the count. Comes the pitch. Going to be hit, and it's going to be a blooper to the shortstop, and the throw over to first is a little low, but taken out of the dirt by Max Peters from Knutson at shortstop. Braden Knutson makes the play for out number 2. And now Nolan Miles in the box. That pitch is outside and pass ball for ball 1. 1-0 the count. To Nolan. He scored a run. He walked to get on base. Now he's hit one deep to center field. It's going to be Nolan Pudwell. Barely had to move for that one. 3 up, 3 down for the Bandits in the top of the third, and Brandon Valley will come up to bat trailing 2-0 to Brookings. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A baseball tournament on KYNTV.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank and Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
American Legion State Class A baseball tournament here on KYNTV. And we are at beautiful Bob Shelden Field in Brookings, South Dakota. They put on a great tournament, only because they can't control the weather. Last night it got a little ugly. We had to finish Brookings Renner game earlier today. That did not go the Bandits' way. So this is an elimination game for both these teams. Depends on what happens here. Who will play who after this, because they're going to try to avoid a rematch in the next round if they can. So we'll have to wait to see how that Watertown post 17, Renner post 307 game goes after this to find out who plays who tomorrow. Aiden Zur stepping up to the plate for Brandon Valley, and the pitch by Struck is a pass ball, low and outside in the dirt. Zur, second baseman. He's walked in the game, his first time up. Swings at that one, it goes right to Owen Schneider, double bouncer, he picks it up, fires it over to first for the out. First out of the inning. One up, one down. Coming up now is Jackson Adams for Brandon Valley. Trying to get things going. The post 131 as they trail 2-0 here in the top of the third inning. First pitch is going to be over the outside corner for a strike. Pitch swung on and taken down the left field line. Going to be just foul by inches by Ryland Carroll. Rifled one down the line. Carroll is 0 for 0 in the game. He walked his first time up. Nobody on, one out for Brandon Valley. Struck ready to deal. And it's a half swing. Chopper to the pitcher. Struck chases it down and shovels it over to Ronning at first base for the second out of the inning. Now Jackson Adams steps to the plate, the 5-hitter.
Number 23, catcher Jackson Adams.
Just one hit so far for Brandon Valley. It's 2 for Brookings as well, but they brought 2 in. Pitch from Zach, and it's hit high and well out of play down the left field line. Adams 0 for 1 in the game. We've got an 0-1 count here. Struck trying to make it a quick 1-2-3 inning. That one's going to be off the mark. 1-1 the count. Pitch to Adams, and it's chopped into the hole, taken by a third baseman over there on the corner for the Brookings Bandits. That is Tyson Antonin making a nice play, ranging to his left with the throw, and he puts him out in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth. The Bandits coming up to bat with a 2-0 lead over Brandon Valley. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A baseball tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment, 0 deposit, 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
State Class A baseball tournament here for American Legion on KYNTV. Bandits coming back up to bat here. They lead 2-0. Going to get a throwdown from Jackson Adams behind the plate here as the Brandon Valley team warms up. That means we're set to get ready to go here in the top of the 4th inning. First up, Addison Ronning for the Bandits.
The Brookings in the 4th, the first baseman, number 6, Addison Ronning.
Looking to start another rally here for the Bandits. Just 2 hits in the game, but again, 2 runs as well. That one in there for a strike on pitch 1. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Pitch, and it's in there for strike 2, 0-2. Ronning 0 for 1 in the game. Facing an 0-2 count here as the first batter in the inning. There's the pitch. That one is out of the zone. 1-2. Tyson Antonin on deck for the Bandits, and that one is fouled down the right field line, going to be out of play. And it'll remain a 1-2 count. After Antonin in the hole, Austin Clark will be the third batter for the Bandits. One out of the zone as well. 2-2 the count. Nice patient at bat by Addison Ronning. Letting Ryland Carroll work out there on the bump. Pitch, that one is out of the zone. He's worked it full. Nice at bat for Ronning. Payoff pitch coming. And that was going to be high and out of the zone. Base on balls for Addison Ronning. First time he's reached today. Tyson Antonin will step up. Third baseman, number 23.
Third baseman, number 23, Tyson Antonin.
Go, Tyson!
Antonin looking to move over the runner. Hits a 2 second base. This could be a double play ball. Over to second. Not going to be in time for a throw over to first, so it'll be just a force out at second base. Antonin will be on first with 1 out.
Right fielder number 3,
Zer.
Austin Clark.
Didn't have enough time to field that, get it over to shortstop Knutson, and over to first for the out. So they get the 1 force out. Swung on by Austin Clark, fouled out of play. It'll be 0-1. Trying to move over Antonin from first. Antonin is thrown back to the bag just to keep him honest. He wasn't taking a big lead. Just had to take about a step and a half back to the bag to be safe. Pitch, and squaring around to bunt for just a second was Clark, and realized, oh, the tower's about to be buzzed here, and got out of the way. 1-1. Carroll with the pitch. He squared around again. That one off the top of the glove of the catcher into the backstop. Antonin will move up to second. Let's see if that changes the thinking of Austin Clark at the plate on bunting, or if they want to try to bunt him over to third. 2-1 the count. Antonin leading off second. He's got a pretty good lead. It's the pitch, and it's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2. Pitch on the way. Carroll trying to keep Clark off the pads with the runner on second in scoring position with one out. Clark going to put one opposite field. It's going to bounce it right to the first baseman for an easy put out by Max Peters. But over to third goes Antonin. He'll be 90 feet away with 2 outs.
All right, Sam. Here we go.
Sam Johnson now stepping up to the plate, trying to knock in the run. Antonin from third. Johnson already has an RBI. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Got one to right field. Got the first call strike. 0-1. Second pitch. That one's going to be high and outside. Ball 1, 1-1. Antonin will be running on contact as well with 2 outs, and that pitch is in there for strike 2. A 1-2 count to Sam Johnson with 2 outs and a runner on third. Bandits lead 2-0. That one's going to be outside for a ball. Brandon Valley crowd holding their breath, thought that one was close.
All right, Sam.
Two-two pitch. He swung on and missed, smoked it by him for strike number 3 and out number 3. That's going to put out the Bandits in the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with Brandon Valley coming to bat, trailing Brookings 2-0. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
'24 South Dakota Amateur Legion State Class A, American Legion rather, State Class A baseball tournament here on KYNTV from Bob Shelden Field in Brookings, South Dakota. Beautiful night for baseball. The Bandits leading 2-0 here as we head to the bottom of the 4th with Brandon Valley. Post 131 about to come back up to bat. Zach Struck still on the mound. Struggled a bit with the zone, but has been able to get enough in there for the Brandon Valley players to take a whack at it and put it in play, and the fielders have done their job. Brandon Valley has just 2 hits in the ball game. Sorry, just 1 hit in the ball game. Brookings has the 2 hits. So a 3-hit ball game so far. Struck just about ready to throw the first pitch here of the inning. It is swung on and missed by Brighton Stroh, the left fielder, number 6 hitter. Stroh is 0 for 1. Pitch, that one is going to be outside for a ball, 1-1. B. Stroh. You even need to think of a nickname for him. It's what it is right there. That one on the outside corner. A 1-2 count. Struck out front. In the count. 2-0 Bandits. Bottom of the 4th. Brandon Valley at the plate. Pitch is fouled down the third base line. It'll be a 1-2 count still. Brighton Stroh trying to get something going for Brandon Valley. There's the pitch. That one going to be hit to center field. And coming in to make the play after losing his hat is center fielder Breck Hirschoff. He's made a lot of plays similar to that and a couple more difficult ones in this state tournament. It's the first out of the bottom of the 4th. Max Peters, the first baseman, the lefty, steps in and swings and misses on the first pitch. Peters 1 for 1. And to get on here again. That one is going to be laid off and called the ball. 1-1. Pitch hits sharply at the second baseman, taken off a short hop, and they'll take it over to Ronning at first base. Will the second baseman Nolan Miles for the second out. Nice play, didn't let that one eat him up. Played it nicely off the short hop. Grady Gindorf. GG up to bat. Third baseman, the 8th spot. There's the hit. Contact, rather, and out of play. Gindorf has walked in his first at bat. Trying to reach again here with 2 out. Going to be high. Ball 1, 1-1. Struck trying for a quick 1-2-3 inning here. And that one swung on and missed. 1-2. One-two pitch from Struck. It's going to be high out of the zone. 2-2. Bandits crowd trying to help the referee or the umpire out. Excuse me. The referee. That one's going to be fouled back out of play, straight over the press box here. Bob Shelden Field. It will remain 2-2. Shadow creeping in behind home plate from the awning here in the stands at Bob Shelden Field. Pitch is going to be low, and now a full count. So we will have a payoff pitch with nobody on and 2 out here. Bottom of the 4th for Brandon Valley. Zach Struck goes to the towel, now back on the mound. There's the pitch, and it's hit well out of play. Left side. Again, that bus over there in the parking lot's got to look out. I think it went even beyond that. But another 3-2 pitch coming up here. Zach Struck to Grady Gindorf. Pitch. That one's going to be grounded back to the pitcher's mound. They're going to say it's a foul ball off the foot of Grady Gindorf, and he's trying to walk it off. Those are no fun. Those can hurt a whole bunch. Looks like it caught him on the low shin above the foot. Ouch. That will be A heck of a bruise. His front foot, the left foot. He's going to step back in there, hobbled a little bit. Another 3-2 pitch. It is, and he's going to let it go by. He held off. They're going to appeal to first base. And going to say he did not go around, so a base on balls. After working the count full, and Grady Gindorf is on base with 2 outs. Nolan Pudwell, the center fielder, number 3, the 9 batter, coming up to bat with a runner on first and 2 out for Brandon Valley. Zach Struck set to get back to work here. Be out of the stretch. Just a quick glance over the shoulder to first. First pitch is high and out of the zone. 1-0. Zach doesn't, while he's in the stretch, give much of a look over there. He gives a look before he gets in there, and he smokes that one by him. Swing and a miss for Nolan Pudwell. And it's 1-1. Still just the 1 hit for Brandon Valley. Just 2 for Brookings. They made him count, though, and got 2 runs. That one hit opposite field to right, and barely moving and making the play out in right field is Austin Clark for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th with Brookings coming up with a 2-0 lead in the top of the 5th. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament here on KYNTV. We don't know what's going to happen yet in the next round. Say Brookings were to win this game, they would go on to play either Harrisburg Gold or Renner. They're trying to avoid a rematch in the next round if they can. Depends on what happens in the Watertown post-17 and Renner post-307 game following this. Bandits up to bat. First pitch is taken, and a ball from Rylan Carroll. Second pitch, that one's going to be outside, a ball as well. Owen Miles at the plate. And it's going to be outside, 3 straight strikes. To Tate Helmbolt, excuse me. Number 1, not number 2. So the leadoff man, Tate Helmbolt at the plate. Shadow's messing with me near home plate there. And we've got a strike now. 3-1 the count as Helmbolt was going to make Carroll throw him a strike. There's the pitch from Carroll. That one swung on and fouled back. Helmbolt 0 for 2. He's got a full count here. Payoff pitch coming from Rylan Carroll to Tate Helmbolt. This swung on, fouled high, and back, and there will be no play. The catcher, Jackson Adams. There's keeping them on their toes in the lawn chairs. Behind the netting here at Bob Shelden Field. A couple balls hit there today. And that's That's going to be outside for ball 4 on the 3-2 pitch. So the leadoff man, Tate Helmbolt, takes first on base on balls. Breck Hershoff now at the plate. Looks over to Alec Johnson, taking over third base coaching duties. Coaching duties for Carter Roach, who was ejected after the previous game, arguing with the umpires. It's a strike over the outside corner on the first pitch to Hershoff. He's 0 for 1 and has a walk. Quick throw over to first. Just to keep Helmbolt honest. Doesn't have much of a lead, but he can run. Pitch outside, it's a pass ball. Helmbolt will quickly go over to second on the ball and passed ball by Ryland Carroll. Couldn't be handled by Adams. So a 1-1 count to Breck Hershoff with nobody out and now a runner in scoring position as Helmbolt takes second on the passed ball. One curves in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. A nice pitch by Carroll. Comes the pitch, and it is fought off to first base, taken by Ronning. He'll run over a step on the bag for the first out. With the runner, I'm sorry, not over to Ronning. That's the first baseman for the Bandits. The first baseman for Brandon Valley is Max Peters. Steps over for the out, but then over to third went Tate Helmbolt. Now Owen Schneider at the plate trying to knock him in. He's going to hit it deep to center field, possibly a tag-up situation, and back, getting turned around and making the catch out there in center field is Breck Hershoff. I did it again. That's the center fielder Nolan Pudwell for Brandon Valley, and coming in to score is Tate Helmbolt on the tag-up, and it's going to be a 3-0 lead for Brookings.
Number 11, pitcher Zach.
On the sacrifice fly, Zach Struck now steps up to the plate with 2 out and nobody on. He's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Brookings can't both be batting and in the field, right? That's not how it works. I think I've got that straight now. Comes the pitch. It's going to be off the mark. 1-1. That one's fouled back into the netting. 1-2 count to Zach Struck. He's 0 for 2 from the plate. He's pitched 4 innings, given up just 1 hit. He struck out 1. Pitch, and he fouls it back again. It will remain 1-2. And Miles on deck would bat if Struck were to reach. That one hit to shortstop. Be taken and thrown over. Low throw, but they get the out. Knudsen over to the first baseman, Peters, for the 3rd out of the inning, but the Bandits pick up 1 more, and they lead 3-0 as Brandon Valley comes up to bat in the bottom of the 5th. You are watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
3-0. Brookings post 74 Bandits after 4.5 innings of play, with Brandon Valley coming back to the plate here at the South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV from Bob Shelden Field in Brookings. We'll say a special thanks to the Friends of Brookings Baseball for their accommodations here at Bob Shelden Field, allowing us to cover the state tournament. To the sponsors of this tournament, First Bank and Trust, Brookings Auto Mall, and Hampton Inn and Suites. And of course to you for viewing the tournament here on KYNTV for the second straight year. I'll say thanks to the crew here for making me feel welcome. I'm Barry Hein, by the way. Thanks to Bryce Ladwig, KYNTV director and producer. Thanks to Tehl Tanner, Braden Butler, Austin Kathol, on-site technical operators as well. And just about to get bottom of the fifth underway. To bat for Brandon Valley is going to be number 2, Chase Leary, the leadoff man. He's playing right field. Trying to get things going for Brandon Valley here. Just the one hit on the day. That one hit in the batter's box, foul. I think off the bounce it hit him, but it didn't seem to bother him too much. Looks like he's all right. Chase is 0 for 1. Pitch, that one's going to be high. Ball 1. A 1-1 count. Struck has struck out 1 and allowed just 1 hit. That one fouled off. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Going to be low and outside. Ball 2, 2-2. Leary looking for his first hit. Struck looking for a second strikeout. And it's going to be hit. And it's going to be under the glove of Antonin at third, so it'll be a single. To start off the inning for Brandon Valley, Chase Leary gets on base. Sure if Antonin couldn't see that off the bat. Didn't get a great jump. Didn't look like he had a bead on it. Couldn't get a glove on it. So Braden Knutson now up to bat, playing short, hitting in the 2 spot. Brandon Valley needed to get their leadoff man on, and they do, and they'll play over to first. Would have been close if Ronning wouldn't have been able to handle that low throw. It's off the heel of his glove in the dirt. Stayed close though, and Chase Leary looks like he's a little shaken up. Not sure if the ball hit him maybe on the way over there, or if he slid awkwardly. Looks like he's walking it off. Baseball not always a safe game. Knutson back in there, the lefty. He's going to step out here. Now back in the box. Decent lead for Leary. Here comes the pitch from Struck. That one hit high. And losing it in the sun, the third baseman coming over from short is Schneider. He'll make the play. Antonin seems to be having a little trouble locating the ball off the bat. He's got his sunglasses on his cap. Maybe you should bring him down underneath the brim. But it is taken by Schneider for the first out of the inning. 1 out, 1 on for Brandon Valley. Runner on first. That's Chase Leary. This pitch from Struck is high and inside to Aiden Zur, 3-hitter, playing second base. Third at bat for Zur. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. That one out of the zone as well. 2-0 the count. Quick throw over to first again, just to make sure Leary isn't leaning too far. He is back to the base without a tag. Struck down, 2-0 in the count to Aiden Zur. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back, out of play. So a 2-1 count coming up here. Zach looking over to first, keeping an eye on Chase Leary. Comes the pitch. Leary going. Throw coming down. Going to be a low throw. It came out of the hand awkwardly from Sam Johnson. Got a chance on the pickoff. So easily down to second on the steal is Chase Leary with a 1 out. So now Brandon Valley, a man in scoring position with 1 out and a 3-1 count to Zur. Comes the pitch, and it is fouled back. Main a 3-2 count. Count full. We'll have another payoff pitch. Pitch, and it is taken up the middle, and it will be taken by Schneider, ranging to his left, throwing on the run. For out number 2, a beautiful play by Schneider at shortstop. The runner does move over to third. Chase Leary will be 90 feet away from home plate with 2 outs. And Rylan Carroll, the pitcher and cleanup hitter, coming to the plate.
Now batting pitcher number 5.
See why Owen Schneider is put at shortstop. He is a heck of a player out there. Made a bunch of good plays here in this state tournament. The pitch, it's going to catch the outside corner for Struck. It'll be an 0-1 count. Carroll 0 for 1 with a walk. It's that one to right. Clark gonna get a beat on that one. He runs in, makes the catch. And the runner on third will be unable to score. The Bandits keep Brandon Valley off the scoreboard. It is still 3-0 as we head to the top of the 6th. And Brookings coming to bat with that 3-0 lead. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
South Dakota American Legion Class A Baseball Tournament here on KYNTV. Appreciate you joining us. Had a good time bringing you these games the last couple of days, and we'll do so over the next couple as well. From Bob Shelden Field in Brookings. Coming up to bat for the Bandits, Nolan Miles. Against Rylan Carroll. Pitch it inside, almost caught the left shoulder of Nolan Miles. Miles 1 for 1 with an RBI, or 1 for 1 with a base on balls, excuse me. Second pitch is in there for a strike. He did not have the RBI, that was Owen Schneider. The other one from Sam Johnson. And that second pitch over the outside corner. Strike 2, 1-2. leadoff hitter for the Bandits in the top of the 6th inning. They lead 3-0. That one a little too far outside. It will be 2-2 now. That one inside, curved in. Would have stayed on its original trajectory, may have caught Miles, but that one curved still inside for a ball. 3-2 count, payoff pitch coming. It's outside, ball 4, nice at bat for Nolan Miles. He'll be on with a walk. Second one of the ball game. Now coming up is Addison Ronning, the first baseman. Looking to move Miles over.
First baseman number 6, Addison Ronning.
Walked his first time up and scored one of the runs. There's the pitch outside, ball 1. Miles with a good lead off first. Pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Pitch from to Ronning. The other is way outside. Stopped by Adams to keep it from going to the backstop and allowing the runner to advance. It'll be a 2-1 count. Carroll has struck out 4, allowed 2 hits and 3 runs. 5 innings pitched. Pitch, and it is going to be on the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 to Ronning. Miles leading off first. Here's the pitch. It's going to be taken to left field, and tracking it down out there is going to be Brighton Stroh. So 1 out here.
Your attention, please.
Top of the 6th.
Pinch hitting for Brookings, number 8, David Brink.
David Brink coming in to pinch hit. And that's going to be an outside pitch for a ball, and throw down is off the mark. So easily into second on the steal is Nolan Miles. So a man in scoring position for the Bandits with just an out in the top of the 6th here, with David Brink at the plate, pinch hitting. Trying to knock a run in here. And he's stealing third. A swing for Brink. Throw down to third is late. And in with a headfirst slide of another steal is Nolan Miles. 2 steals here, back-to-back pitches for Nolan Miles. David Brink, by the way, pinch hitting for Tyson Antonin. Comes the pitch, and it is high and inside. Buzzed the tower a little bit. Brink ducks, gets out of the way. Be a 2-1 count. Pitch, and it is high for a ball 3. 3-1 the count for David Brink, with a runner on third, 90 feet away from a score if he can put one in play. He's just looking to get on base any way he can here. Hit would be optimal. That one's going to be in for a strike. Now we've got a full count. Payoff pitch coming from Rylan Carroll to David Brink. And swung on and missed. David Brink will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. So now Austin Clark comes to the plate with a runner 90 feet away.
Now batting right fielder number
Austin
3,
Clark 0 for 1.
Clark.
Trying to get his first hit of the game and maybe not going to run here. Pitch, and it is hit down the third base line. A tough play for the third baseman. Picks it up, throws off his back foot, and is going to bounce him out at first. Nice play over there on the hot corner by Gindorf. Throws him out for the third out of the inning, and that's going to put the Bandits out. The Brandon Valley team coming back to the plate, trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the sixth when we return. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament here on KYNTV.
Savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Jackson Adams, the catcher for Brandon Valley, will be the first hitter of the inning for post 131. And try to get things going for Brandon Valley as they trail 3-0 to the Brookings post 74 Bandits in the bottom of the sixth inning. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. It depends on who wins this game, who wins the next game, who will play who in the next round. Harrisburg Gold awaits a winner, and either Watertown post 17 or Renner post 307. We'll move on in the winner's bracket or head to the loser's bracket, depending on what happens in the next game, and we'll figure out who plays who after that. I want a rematch in the next round if we can avoid it here in the state tournament. Jackson Adams stepping in here against Zach Struck. Pitch, and it is foul tipped back. David Brink out there at third base now, too, after pinch hitting for Tyson Antonin. 0-1 pitch is now an 0-2 count. Zach Struck up 0-2. Is really righted the ship here. Pitched well despite being having a hard time early on finding the strike zone. David Brink ranging to his left on third and picks it up off of the turf, throws it over to first to Ronning for the out. It's out number one for the Bandits here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Play for Brink coming in cold off the bench. Pinch hit previous half inning. He's out there now for Tyson Antonin. Brighton Stroh at the plate for Brandon Valley. This pitch is a ball. Stroh is 0 for 2. Struck with the pitch is going to put one over the plate. Struck still just giving up 2 hits. He struck out 1 and pitched through 5 innings here. That one's going to catch the outside corner as well for a strike. 1-2 now the count. Struck has worked ahead in the count. Nobody on, 1 out for Brandon Valley. One hit to left field and trying to chase it down near the fence. It's hit off the fence and rounding first to second. And maybe going to third. No, he's going to go back to second after the left fielder Tate Helmbolt picked that up after it bounced off the fence. Nearly had a round tripper there. That could have gotten Brandon Valley going, but it's a stand-up double for Brighton Stroh. He run over, give his of his gear to his coach. He can run a little freer. Coming up to bat now, Max Peters, the first baseman for Brandon Valley. It's 1 for 2. This pitch, a ball, 1-0. Brandon Valley with 1 out, a runner in scoring position at second base, trailing 3-0. From Struck, swung on and missed. 1-1 count to Max Peters. Pitch is going to be a pass ball, so over to third, and maybe rounding third to try to make it interesting. Now he's going to back off. Just making sure that catcher had the ball. Sam Johnson did. Peters again 1 for 2 on the night. Stroh on third. And foul tip by Peters. It will remain a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, a high fly ball. Going to be taken by the second baseman, Nolan Miles. His heels on the right field grass. So a big second out for the Bandits. Does not allow for a tag-up try for Bryton Stroh. So 2 out, runner on third for Brandon Valley. As Grady Gindorf steps into the box, third baseman. The 8th spot. He's drawn 2 walks in the game. One hit high. Left center, chasing it is Kershoff, and Kershaw's going to make the catch a few steps from the fence on the run. A big play by Brett Hershoff, and it's the 3rd out in the inning. That's going to put out Brandon Valley as we go to the top of the 7th, the final inning, with Brookings coming up to bat with a 3-0 lead. You are watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutoMall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
South Dakota American Legion Class A Baseball Tournament here on KYNTV. We appreciate you joining us. A good state tournament. Again, we don't know what's going to happen on the bracket after this, but I'll give our bracket review sponsor a little love here. Located next to I-29 is Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton, a mile from Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium and the SDSU campus, and a 2-minute drive to conventions and events at the Dakota Bank Center. You can start your day with free hot breakfast, work from your room with free Wi-Fi, and relax in the indoor pool, all at the Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton in Brookings, the official state tournament hotel partner. Brookings, post 74, coming back to the plate here in the top of the 7th. They lead 3-0 over Brandon Valley. It's been a pretty clean game. Just 3 hits for Brandon Valley, just 2 for Brookings. Brookings is the team that leads 3-0. I think we do have a new pitcher for Brandon Valley as well.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Bandits.
It's going to be Bryton Stroh now
Sam Johnson
on the mound. Here's the pitch. First pitch from Stroh is outside for a ball. Ball 1. 1-0 to Sam Johnson. Second pitch fouled off, out of play by Sam. Sam is one for 2 with an RBI in the ball game. Pitch is outside low, 3-1. Pitch, and it's going to be fouled off, out of play again by Sam Johnson. 2-2 count. Leadoff hitter, the top of the 7th for the Bandits. Hit it, chopped, and going to be played by the pitcher off the glove. Picks it up with the bare hand off the turf and easily over to first base for the out to Max Peters. So first out is the first batter for the Bandits in the top of the 7th. The leadoff man, Tate Helmbolt, up to bat. He's 0 for 2. He did walk and he did score a run. One of the 3 for Brookings. Swings on that one, fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch, and it is going to be a sweeping curve over the plate for a strike. 0-2. Tate Helmbolt. Pitch. It's going to be 1-2 after a ball call. Bolt sees that one go way outside and bounce to Adams, the catcher. 2-2 the count. Plate in the shadow now, at least if you're batting from the right side. That one is going to be a ball. 3-2 the count. Brandon Valley crowd not appreciating the call. Thought it caught the outside corner. It was close. So a payoff pitch coming up here from Stroh, and it's hit second base side, picked up by Zur and thrown over to first base for the out. Out number 2 of the inning for Brandon Valley. Breck Hershoff coming up to bat, center fielder who made a good play, ranging back to his right on the run and made a third out catch to end the bottom half of the 6th. Comes up to bat here in the top half of the 7th with nobody on and 2 out for the Bandits. Pitch from Stroh is going to catch the outside corner. 0-1. Pitch, and did he offer at it? They're going to appeal to first base umpire and they say he did not go. 1-1. Stroh offers, that one bounces to the plate. Ryland Carroll, by the way, pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 earned runs, and struck out 5 before being replaced on the mound by Bryton Stroh. Pitch curved over the plate, but low. Will be a ball. 3-1 the count. Hitters count to Breck Hershoff. He puts one out into right field, and it is going to be tracked down by the right fielder, Chase Leary, out there. And that'll be it for the Bandits in the top of the 7th inning. So coming up in the bottom half of the final inning, Brandon Valley trailing 3-0 to the Brookings Post 74 Bandits. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Come to the bottom half of the final inning, bottom of 7. Brandon Valley has to score at least 3 runs to have a shot in this one, as they trail 3-0 to the Brookings Post 74 Bandits. Bandits team out there getting ready, warming up. I believe we're going to be about to start here. Sam Johnson takes this one down to second base on the warm-up pitch. We're set to go here. Coming up to bat for Brandon Valley, Nolan Pudwell, center fielder. Start things off in the bottom of the 7th, looking to get a rally going. This pitch high and inside. Pudwell is 0 for 2. That pitch hit to shortstop, where Zach Struck is now, after coming off of the pitcher's mound, he moves over to short. And pitching now for the Brookings Bandits is Owen Schneider. They just flop spots. Owen Schneider came from short to the mound, and going from the mound to short is Zach Struck. Zach Struck gets the put out. The opening at bat for Brandon Valley. 1 up, 1 out. Pitch over for a strike against Chase Leary, the leadoff man. Batting second in this inning. And that one's going to be outside for a ball, 1-1. Chase Leary 1 for 2. Pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. It'll be a 1-2 count. Schneider trying to close this out for the Bandits, so they move on from an elimination game. Pitch, it's going to be low and in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2. Pitch from Snyder, going to be outside, a full count. Another pitch here, and it's going to be a strike, called strike 3. Chase Leary thought it was too far inside. He was ready to go to first for a base on balls, but we get a strike call on the inside corner. A punch out for Owen Schneider. The second out of the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Brandon Valley Post 131 team down to their final out, trailing 3-0. Braden Knutson in the box, and it's a pass ball for ball 1. Knutson on the game, 0 for 3. trying for his first hit and to keep his team alive here in the tournament. As again, this is an elimination game. Pitch from Schneider, going to be outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Pitch, that one going to catch the outside corner. 2-1. Brandon Valley crowd oohing, thought it was too far outside, and the Brookings crowd cheering because they thought it was right on the corner. Isn't that how it goes? Schneider, pitch, that one's going to be a strike 2 on the outside corner. And the crowds do the same thing. Carbon copy of the previous reaction. That one is swung on and fouled out of play. Hit into the evergreen tree. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that is going to do it for the ball game. The Bandits come up with the win, 3-0 to stave off elimination. They will send Brandon Valley back south. So 3-0 win for the Brookings Post 74 Bandits, and they will move on to play either Harrisburg Gold tomorrow afternoon or Watertown Post 17 tomorrow night, depending on what happens in the final game of the evening between Watertown Post 17 and Renner Post 307 coming up next here on KYNTV. We will take a quick break and have a quick post game for you coming up next. You're watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.
Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Buick Encore. 0 first payment. 0 deposit. 0 down payment. That's right. Sign and drive for $379 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com. Brookings Auto Mall. New 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. 4-wheel drive. LT with all the extras. $999 down, $489 a month lease. See dealer for details. BrookingsAutomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV. The Brookings Post 74 Bandits stave off elimination, and they will live to play another day. They will play either tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, depending on what happens in the Watertown Post 17 and a Renner Post 307 game. And if Renner were to lose, then Brookings would go on to play Watertown Post 17 tomorrow, and Renner would move on to play Harrisburg Gold tomorrow afternoon at 4. And if Renner were to win, they would move on and play in the winner's bracket, and then the Brookings team would play Harrisburg Gold tomorrow afternoon at 4, I believe, because if Watertown, it could get a little tricky, because if Watertown were to lose, I believe Watertown and Harrisburg have already played. So we'll just have to see what happens in this next game between Watertown and Renner. But that very shaky look at the bracket is brought to you by Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton, located next to I-29, a mile from Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium and the SDSU campus, and a 2-minute drive to conventions and events at the Dakota Bank Center. You can start your day with the free hot breakfast, work from your room with free Wi-Fi, and relax in the indoor pool, all at the Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton in Brookings, the official state tournament hotel partner. Also want to say thanks to First Bank and Trust, fine sponsor here for the state tournament on KYNTV, and thanks to Brookings Auto Mall as well. Look at the post-game stats. First for the losing team, Brandon Valley. Rylan Carroll pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 earned runs, and struck out 5. Brighton Sturrow on in relief pitched an inning. And I don't have any other stats on him. I apologize. No official stats beyond that. And we've got the Brookings Post 74 Bandits. They had 2 pitchers as well. Zach Struck pitched 6, gave up 3 hits, struck out 1. And Owen Schneider came on in relief and struck out 2, pitching 1 inning for the Bandits. For Brandon Valley offensively, Chase Leary's was 1 for 3. Braden Knutson was 0 for 4. Aiden Zer was 0 for 2. Ryland Carroll was 0 for 2. He did get a walk. Zer also walked on the night. 0 for 3 was Jackson Adams. 1 for 3 was Brighton Stroh. 1 for 3 was Max Peters as well. 0 for 1, Grady Gindorf. And Nolan Pudwell was 0 for 3 in the game. They had just the 3 hits, did Brandon Valley. For Brookings, Tate Helmbold was 0 for 3. He did score a run. He walked and scored a run. Breck Hershoff was 0 for 3. He did walk into the game. 0 for 2 was Owen Schneider, and he did get an RBI. 0 for 3 was Zach Struck. 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored for Nolan Miles. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored for Addison Ronning as well. 1 for 2 was Tyson Antonin. 0 for 1, David Brink. 0 for 2, Austin Clark, and Sam Johnson was 1 for 3 with an RBI on the night as well. But the main stat you want to look at is the score, and the Brookings Post 74 Bandits get the win, 3-0 over Brandon Valley Post 131. That's going to do it for the season for Brandon Valley, and Brookings will live to play tomorrow. They'll find out who their opponent is after the Watertown Post 17 and Renner Post 307 game. Following this one, you can listen and watch right here to that with Tehl Tanner on the call coming up next. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you watching the 2024 South Dakota American Legion State Class A Baseball Tournament on KYNTV.